Ladies and gentlemen, everybody got all steady and calm and quiet. We've got a phenomenal feature coming up. Ladies and gentlemen, before I give the big old intro for Martin Altman here, who has tried a couple of times just to be able to have a feature because of the weather and things, just crazy for him to be able to get a feature here. But I want to say to everybody that because he's got a lot of good stuff to read, I am going to ask, and I think he's going to ask, everybody's going to ask, he is going to read things, and he does not want applause until the end. So, he's going to do this whole long, cool show. And then we give a raucous applause at the end because he so deserves it. So, ladies and gentlemen, right at the beginning, give it up for Martin Altman! Yeah!
Hello, everybody.
Hi!
For some reason, I'm not nervous.
Yay!
Well, I'm not nervous, and I am happy, very happy to be here among friends and poets who have been very supportive of me since Joyce and I moved to Chicago last year. I'd also like to say hello to my friends and family who will be looking at me on the video.
YouTube!
My friends
Podcast.
Russ and Carol, and my daughter Milena, my brother and sister Larry and Bonnie, and my friends Serge and Sheila, and Glenn and Lauren, and Charles Thompson, and I know I forgot somebody.
You're giving props to everybody before you start!
And Aaron and Maxine.
And I'd like to thank
Okay.
Sheila and Derek.
Okay, here we go. How do I hold this? Just
Do you want to hold it? Or?
yeah. Eggs. An egg broke in me, ran down my thin veins, placenta milky, shroud and wedding gown in one. The membrane is my heart's new coating, stretched paper thin, just beneath the surface. Who hears the voice inside the egg? Who hears a scream engulfed in silence? Who owns its own in a world of total absence? Eggs are whispers of a season, ripe for a time. I tap the hard shell slightly on the sink. I place my fingernail beneath the crack and gouge its pearl-white face. I peel the egg down to the oven, seed's seed, protected palace, the sun reduced to a yolk. Snow falling under the eyelids, yolk running through the body's deep doors. Visible light is not the whole story. Light unseen is right here in the home. Yellow light pervades the field of vision. Yellow light pervades a lilac field. Can it lift the veil of yellow from our eyes? This one is untitled. Mist shapes the soul, surrounds the shallow consciousness. I bathe, press, frozen pond, yellow skin at edge. A bated light moves through my heart, pose of leaden sorrow. This one is called Aspects of the Veil, V-E-I-L. My teacher taught, the veil's a swath of cotton, silk, or flask, the recipe of God or man in accord with Scripture, that keeps the face secure in shadow and repose. The baby's first hijab is a placenta. The glow it sees is filtered by a skein of skin. What other garment is grafted to your eyes to protect its fragile function from those spies that strain to pierce the double door? When all the gates are guarded, the beast is held at bay. The eyes take in and devour the man in the light of day and remove him from the street. He attaches to some pretty young thing to restore his heartbeat. He's a stunted tree. What turns his eye from its home South Bay? What turns his eye to the roughest play? A scandal's a scourge, a dirge plays. Beauty in the deepest cave is content to shimmer on the throne without an audience. So abide in the yellow light of the lily's embrace. The veil of darkness makes the darkness shine. She cupped her hands upon my face and closed my eyes. This poem is untitled. Into a dance of death, you unpossessed of yourself. Into the eyeless world, the eyeless death, you unpossessed of tongue, slashing each utterance. The world's unfleshed object is black beyond stillness. This poem is from my friend Julie, who died last year. Soul in Amber. I was led to consider the void by the eyes of my dying friend that brought me inside with gentle hands. I see petals of darkness dissolve, shadows flowing in veins. Sweat clings to the bone, dries in the lungs, freezes in the pores. A canker and a can explodes. I hear, my daddy's raft is on the sea that rests upon red rock, that rests upon thin air. My God, we gasped as a trapdoor opened. Emptiness extends too far to see. I hear, I'm the valley of eyes, but I can't see. I'm a mountain of hands, but I can't touch. My voice is in my hand. I feel it trembling in yours. I've been calling crematories to find the best deal. They won't let me try before I buy. A faint trail of decomposed skin followed you for months, now points you to the door. A leaf disintegrates before my eyes. Down the rope my cripple climbs, the absence of yourself you seek. Embrace Black Mother, vast, eternal, and complete. This poem is for my friend Avron, Julie's husband. It's written in his voice, and some of the lines are his. Friend lost in winter. Freezing, I found fault with flame that flowered on a sheet of ice. Wrapped as one on a floe that was melting, we stood separate, sea lions in a desert. Mid-path, lost friend, and home away from home, lost wife. Lost in the absence between the last light in your eyes and the last glow of the day, in a place that exists as an absence. At the hospice, a stream flows outside, and wild sunflower, fireweed, bloodroot, and daisies. Nearby a sign said, "Dump waste here." My house, my mausoleum, your ashes next to me sleep in our bed. Toward the end you called me hobo magic, because I became invisible to you, but appeared to others as a burden. I couldn't stand the sight of me, a stalling, stinking stray running from the door catcher. Caught and put away, my grin like an empty pumpkin stumped the doctors. My spine curved and head tilted back like a question mark that finds no answer or solace. This poem is for my father, and it's written in his voice. The two Israel Altmans. I climbed the stairs past lightless apartments to the recruiting station. "What's your name?" My stuttering snared a sound and held it in my quivering lips. My hand shook as I signed the passport application. They said I could not go, for the flower in my mouth would close before it blooms. I raised you gently as you turned toward the dusk, not knowing you'd guard the name I owned. Feet fell faintly, then your talent turned on me. Let your tongue meet mine, let it sparkle in my mouth. Open thou my lips, and I will serve it in thy name. The great Maw announced you to the room, the new Israel. Your old name died from the heat. An aquifer lies beneath the Spanish desert. My lips were wrinkled, laughter dried up. Whenever in doubt, the cause was invoked. The weasel wore the face of sanctity. Before the hunting season came the witching hour. Dark night of the shining name, battlefield of brains and bones beckons enchantress of the charred remains. The cripple ballet performs tonight. Watching on paper as a reverse man, suddenly I saw my demon decompose. Unintended, my name, by sleight of hand, found your pocket and sat there quietly. This is untitled. The horror of the bread lying on the table. No heart lies silently beneath. Fog of words is unrelieved. The inside is silent, bloodlessly. Pursuit dog is eating endlessly. Pit of nakedness is me, not face or voice. A rope to hoist the neck away. This one is called The Silence in Thine Eyes. Mourners stand in line, take a ticket, wait their turn. The casket's full and warm and dressed. The ghost is thin, a leaf alone with others in a pile. The door is shut upon his lips. Silence apprised me of his presence. Monsters lurk to leap the fence that shields the sheep, to lick the loveless out of sleep that darkness keeps, to linger in the light, eyeless and unseen. No sound undreamed can sing. Silence is thy consort, whither thou go it goes, slipping backwards into sleep or deep into the woods. It does not anticipate, it does not wait, neither does it step forth or step back. It's a blur beneath the mist, it's a shudder beyond the nerves, water inflowing without an outlet. Can lips possess it? A shower of petals on the street, the mist in every crevice of concrete, a pool of dormant dreams. Night enters into silence. This poem is called Van Gogh's Ear. Earless prophet I heard Oedipus wail as he gouged out his eyes, not seeing nor seen, not hearing nor heard, disappearing into a black dot. Image in absentia, grasping for the fleshy lobe, I stared at my ghostly presence. Light cut me into fragments and scattered to the deaf and blind. I'm a voice that grows through hand and eye, no matter how I try to smother it. When we dead awaken without eyes, we will see like raindrops see the sky. Without ears, we will hear like roots that grow and die. To have no ears, yet hear the music of the spheres. Am I doing okay with the time?
You are doing fine,
Yeah.
my darling.
Okay.
You've got time.
Okay. This is untitled. Mirror distorts at edge. Face protrudes and dwindles. Recedes the silent eye into stone and fading yellow. All these short ones I wrote in the 1970s.
Oh, that explains it.
That's why they're short. Because I didn't. This one is called Pictures of a Camera. For all you photographers out there.
Woohoo! Sorry.
It really has nothing to do with the, well, it does have something to do with the camera, but everything is reversed. Pictures of a camera. My room is as dark as the inside of a camera. I rest on the strip and slip into sleep. How light the lip upon the chemically treated strip. a wave of thought, a piece of dream. I see the me, but not the me that breathes. Before it shuts, the outer world upon a beam of light is filtered through the eye, until upside down and inside out, an image is conceived in the metal uterus. No camera can picture itself inside. It cannot close its eye and see, and let it go and be nowhere. It doesn't see the yellow, white, and blue illuminate the inner sky at dawn. I offer my eyes to the cannibal camera. Let it eat what I've seen and see what I've eaten. Let it cry for a mother's breast. Let it see my mother's last breath. Okay, this is untitled. An air or earthen shroud of skins my clothing, a common silence, enduring as my remains removed from memory or moisture. What form fixed fire with frozen face in steel, dream-drenched, ethereal or mauve, as stone asleep, as silence within speech. The blanket. The patient's blanket defines his private space. As far as it extends, its realm is real. All else is airless, apparition, mean. In a catacomb of wool and wire, his world appears. The patient can be in a chair or bed, but the blanket must be in his head. We dwell in a tent of skin stretched over frosted bones. Our tent is on the testing range of habitation. The cloud is encroaching. Silence is pulled tightly over our mouths. The doorway to sleep is a soul seeking peace. Moonlight sprinkled onto the sheet. Generations sleep, and one vast blanket covers one vast bed. Though it be as white as snow, the blanket is always red. Light evaporates through a minefield of body parts stretched to the remotest heaven. The only mercy shown is decay. The fruits of survival need not be nurtured. Each taut reflection of a mind blown to smithereens climbs a ladder of verses through a curlicue of writing. Embrace me, O blanket. This one is called I've Become a Single Note That Can't Be Sung. Caruso found the passage from diaphragm to lips, past larynx, anaerobic inch. Voice crawls along the esophageal road, up mucus lining from utterance's home. Voice is the visage of the larynx, larynx the vessel of the voice. The throat is a hoop of fire, voice the tiger jumps through it. Vacuum is the soil of the root of speech. Silence is a rivulet that shrouds each word. The breath between each utterance is heard. Breaths together are a silent speech. Breath is motion out of reach. My whole body a mouth of limbs, my voice a corpse, my voice box a coffin. Yet this mute got up and danced like Ezekiel's bones. The bird extends its arm to me. Excuse me. The bird extends its arm to me. Thin twig snapped by the cold. What can I offer but the dream of flight? And I've come to the last poem.
Oh.
Hallelujah. Okay. Well, this is the last and my most recent poem, and in it, God is speaking. That's very presumptuous of me to write in the voice of God, but I felt it was appropriate. Doesn't that sound very pompous? Right? Well, okay. Man the Metaphor is called. What a far-fetched metaphor is man. To what can I compare you? You are neither angel nor animal, twilight nor daylight. You enter a space and it alters. You make a fire and one burns in you. A shadow walking into night, a shadow walking into fire. You make a man by making metaphors. You make a cloak of words to shield you from the rotting corpse. You make a work of art to bear the sight of him upon the tree. Praise night, for I have made it, and your heart is dark. Does a shadow not extend from it, no matter where you go, even when you breathe the light of day? The joy of your companion doesn't halt the downward pull into ambiguity. Open up thy strange, contorted mouth, that you may utter dreams of shadow sloughing off its darkness and ascending to the sky, or content to stay itself and erupting into flesh. Thank you.
So you had more time. Now I can say, give it a proper, good applause for Martin Altman. Yeah! Thank you. That was so, I'm like, I want to keep applauding because there were so many good lines in the middle of it. I'm like, I want to write that down. I want to keep that. I want to say that. But I have to be quiet. No, I'm totally serious because you hear these things and you're just, I'm dead serious. It was just like, I totally thought that through. I'm like, that was awesome. That last line from that one, which I don't remember the name of, was awesome. And, so, that stinks. But it was awesome. So thank you very, very, very much. And if anybody wants to see this really cool podcast and you won't have to deal with a lot of applause until the end, you can always go to chaoticarts.org/thecafe and find out about podcasts. There will also be a YouTube video of this performance up as well, which is double plus cool. I'm really pleased about that. And When we come with May, we've got people like Maureen Flannery, Oz Hardwick, and Wayne Allen Jones at the end of the month, which, by the way, next week, Maureen Flannery is our feature. She's a really good poet, so I mean, it's really awesome to hear her. So I would love to hear you guys, see all of you guys here, so we can hear some phenomenal reading. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you again so much. Check it out online anytime, and thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you guys next week in the cafe. Thank you.